Hello friends, now this is the program for dynamic memory allocation. Here dynamic memory allocation means it have to allocate the memory at the time of running the program. So here for this dynamic memory allocation, here we are having two predefined functions. One is calloc, second one is malloc. Now I am writing the program by using calloc function. So in this program, first it asks the total number of elements. If we are giving total number of elements as 5, then we have to enter 5 elements. After entering the 5 elements, it have to add these 5 elements and it have to generate the total value and it have to print the sum as output. So here for doing this I am writing stdio.h header file. Why? Because I am using printf and scanf functions. Next stdlib.h header file, because here I am using calloc function. So when we are using either calloc or malloc function, we have to write this header file stdlib.h. Next, this is the declaration part. In declaration part I am declaring three integer variables. One is n, second one is I, third one is sum. Initially sum value is 0 and we are declaring another pointer variable ptr. So ni is sum integer variables, ptr is pointer variable. Next I am asking enter number of elements. So when we are asking like this enter number of elements, if I am giving the value 5, this scanf function will read that value 5 and will be stored in variable n. So now n value is 5. Next I am writing a calloc function. Here calloc of n comma size of int. So here calloc function allocates the memory total 5 blocks, because n value is 5, total 5 blocks. Each block size is this one. So here I am writing size of function. So size of function will give the size of data type. So here size of int, it gives integer data type size. For example, integer data type size is 2 bytes. Then size of int function gives the value 2 bytes. Next, here n value is 5. So 5 comma 2, because size of integer data type is 2 bytes. N value is 5. So 5 comma 2. So calloc 5 comma 2. So this calloc function allocates 5 memory slots. Each slot size is 2 bytes. So it allocates total 5 into 2, 10 bytes of memory. It allocates total 10 bytes of memory in 5 slots. Each slot size is 2 bytes. And that memory starting address will be allocated to this pointer variable ptr. Ptr is the pointer variable. So this pointer variable, we are allocating the starting address of the memory. Next, if ptr is equal to null, that means memory is not allocated. So we have to print like that. If ptr is equal to null, we have to print like error in memory allocation. That means memory not allocated. Exit 0 means it comes out of the program. If ptr is not equal to null, it executes this part. So here we have to ask enter elements of array. Now we have to enter that 5 elements because n is 5. Next, to read and to sum the 5 elements, we are writing these 2 instructions in for loop. So for I equal to 0, I less than n, that means for I equal to 0, 0 less than 5, condition true. Next, these 2 instructions will be executing. First, scanf function will read the first entered element. First we are entering some elements. Second, we are entering some elements. Like we have to enter 5 elements. So the scanf function will read the first element and will be stored at the address of ptr plus I. So ptr is the pointer variable. It is having base address. So base address plus I equal to 0. So 0 into 2. Base address plus 0 into 2. So that is base address only. So scanf function will read the first element and will be stored in base address. Next, sum plus equal to star ptr plus I. That means sum equal sum plus star ptr plus I. Initially sum value is 0. So sum equal to 0 plus star ptr plus I star base address plus 0 into 2, that equal to star base address only. So here it is having base address, that means the first element address. When we are putting star before the address, then it gives the value from that particular address. So star ptr plus I means star base address. So we are getting the first element value 2. That value 2 will be add to variable sum, because sum equal to sum plus star ptr plus I. So sum equal to 0 plus star ptr plus I, that equal to sum equal to 0 plus 2. Now sum equal 2. Next again for loop is repeating. Plus plus I. Now I value is 1. 1 less than 5, condition true. Now scanf function will read the second element and will be stored at address of ptr plus 1, that equal ptr plus 1 into 2, that equal base address plus 2. So that is the address of the second slot. So scanf function will read the second element will be stored in second slot address. Next, sum equal sum plus star ptr plus I. Now value sum equal to 2. So sum equal to 2 plus star ptr plus I. So sum equal to 2 plus star base address plus 1 into 2, that equal to sum equal to 2 plus base address plus 2. So base address plus 2 means that is the address of the second slot. Now when we are putting the star, it gives the value from this address. So the value is again 2. So sum equal to 2 plus 2, that equal 4. Now the value of sum is 4. Like this, it have to store n number of elements and it have to add that n number of elements. So finally sum value is updated as 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, that equal to 10. Next, I plus plus I equal to finally 5. 5 less than 5, condition false. It comes out of the for loop. Now printf sum equal percentage d comma sum. So in sum it is having the total value of n number of elements, that equal to 10 here. Now we are printing the value 10 by using printf function. So sum equal 10. Sum equal 10. We are giving the output. Next, free of ptr. So free is the function to deallocate the memory. So for the pointer variable ptr, we are assigning some memory starting address. By using a free function, we are deallocating that allocated memory, because after using the memory, we have to deallocate the memory. For deallocating the memory, we have to use the free function. So free of ptr. ptr is the pointer variable. It is having starting address of the dynamic memory, dynamically allocated memory. So that starting address is deallocated from the pointer variable ptr. Now ptr is null. Okay, so we are deallocating the memory using free function. Next, return 0 we are getting out of the main function. So we are getting this output. Thank you.